you doing, guys?
Good, how are you?
Great.
Hello.
Have you here? Hello.
It's good to be here.
Nice to be here, thanks.
So.
Hello, all. Hey, how you doing?
Great crowd. We have a new record anyway coming out in 3 weeks or so, the 22nd of September. And it's the first one, Cities in Search of a Heart, in 14 years.
Yes.
So tell us,
Dating us a little bit.
just a little bit, tell us a little bit about what we can expect and why now is the right time for that, for your band.
Well, we had been playing some shows lately, and I think the next logical step sometimes is, we've been traveling together, staying in hotels together, and there's usually a guitar there. Mm-hmm. And then music started being made.
It's usually a matter of time before someone says, well, I have this thing that I wrote.
Okay.
And then 6 songs later, we're like, maybe we should make a record.
Yeah.
So it's more of a bouncing the ideas of each other, and then 15 or 12 songs were formed later, then there's 10 tracks on this album, right?
Yes, we boiled it down to 10.
Okay.
And the ones that made the most complete record, in our opinion. And we took all the cool parts from the other ones we threw out. And
Save them for later.
yeah,
Store them in the memory bank in the back.
Exactly, right.
So it's the first record in 14 years, but how long have you guys known each other? Because I know there is a bit of a story. So for anyone watching that doesn't know the background of the Movielife, this is, I guess, the Movielife 2.0.
That's a
So
pretty
give
good
us
way
a
to
little
put
bit
it,
of
actually.
background.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
3.4.
I met you in 97.
I probably met you in 96, 97. He was playing in a band called The Rookie Lot with a bunch of other guys that went on to be in a band called Brand New that we love very much. And I was just kind of going to punk and hardcore shows and living my life, not thinking about being in a band.
Okay, so it was never on the radar for you.
No, I didn't think I'd be in a band. I thought maybe I'd just open a bar or something,
Yeah.
or a restaurant or something. So I guess what happened was another Long Island band called Taking Back Sunday. Eddie from Taking Back Sunday, before he was in Taking Back Sunday, was starting a band that ended up being the Movielife.
Okay.
And that we ended up being in a band together. And basically we were just dudes that used to go and see bands and mosh and stage dive and hang out together because he was a nice guy. Mm-hmm. And here we are as adults.
So that was 97, and then now it's 2017, but it's not really a 20th year anniversary this year. So what happened then?
Yeah, I don't think you can really...
Nah. You were on a break.
We're not doing the 20-year anniversary tour. We're just putting out a record and doing a tour for the record, yeah.
So tell us then a little bit about the break then that happened in 2003, was it? And why?
I just started to hate this guy.
This sort of things happen.
Did you say the sky?
This guy, yes. I never hated you. We did what bands do. We
waited till we were doing really well, and we said, okay, we should break up.
Yes. We waited until we headlined the room in New York City that we always wanted to headline as kids.
Okay.
And then we did it, and then we broke up. And my dad was like, what the hell is wrong with you? What are you doing that? We grinded hard. We toured for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, we ran ourselves into the ground and
got really sick of each other.
we wanted to start doing different things, and we went and did those different things and got it out of our system.
Mm-hmm.
For like a decade. And then we took, Brandon called me up, he said, let's hang out. We took Brandon's son Holden to the park, and we played on the playground, and then within a few hours, we had decided to reform the band.
So he actually formed the band, didn't he?
Yes,
He got the
and
band back
he's
together.
actually on the new record as well. He starts the 4th song on the record. Yeah.
Oh, at the very beginning, there's a child singing.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
that's
him.
What's
him.
that song called?
That's called Sister St. Monica.
Okay. He didn't get a feature, I noticed, on the credit.
We gave him a credit?
No, he has a credit.
Okay, good.
He just the album's not out yet. So
Don't say that.
It says it in the.
DVD.
It's in the
Very
liner
angry.
notes.
All the spoilers.
He has his demands.
So then you both were working on solo projects in the meantime, in different bands, and I know you had your own solo project as well.
Yeah.
What sort of things have you brought from those different experiences then to this version of the Movielife?
We learned a lot about writing music. The approach to writing music on this record is a bit different. It's definitely years of experience, more than just kind of figure it out and just wing it. And I mean, wouldn't you say you've learned a bit?
Yeah, I think that I'd like to think that you and I have grown as songwriters. Where the Movielife left off in 2002, it was more of it was writing parts of music and just putting it together and making a song out of it.
And it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it worked out well. But yeah, no, I think we've grown a lot. I already forgot the question.
What have you learned that you're bringing from your solo projects? Into this
Well, for me, the process is the same. Everything always starts on an acoustic guitar with a bunch of just chords.
Yeah.
And then you just layer it on from there. But it always starts on an acoustic guitar and a vocal melody. Simple.
He learned that he missed writing music with me, and then it was time
to rekindle.
Form like Voltron again.
So at the beginning then, in the first version of it, you were both the songwriters solely, or was there other members of the band that did contribute?
There's been different incarnations of the band. So earlier members of the band were, on some of the earlier stuff were more prominent. And, when we kind of ended the band, me and Brandon were the driving creative force. And that's the way it is now. And we kind of we got that back together and kind of remembered what it's like to write music together again. And I think we got some really special stuff on that guy.
Which they can hear in exactly, 2 weeks? 2 weeks from Friday?
Yes. Yeah, that's not
September 22nd.
Huge deal. We're both really proud of it. It's a really important record to us. I get a little teary-eyed thinking about it.
Tell me about some of the songs that are most important to you on it. Because we've heard 2 already, haven't we?
We have debuted 2 songs already.
So Mercy is Asleep at the Wheel. What's the
Yes.
message behind that?
I think the message is, wow, what a strange place it is, America in 2017. It's a time that, there's a lot of negativity out there, and Mercy is Asleep at the Wheel is kind of like, where is the mercy? Where's the compassion? Where's the love? And that's the idea, is those who do have that compassion and that love, those people all need to find each other and form that bond, because that's the only thing that's going to get us through this weird time that we're going through right now. So there's a lot of that in the record. Mm-hmm. We didn't write an overtly political record because it's not really our style, but we did it in our own way.
There's nods to it.
Writing from that place where...
Take on the culture.
Yeah, a really... our take and our feeling, and writing songs from under the black cloud. And I know that sounds really gloomy, but the record's actually a pretty good time. Yeah, I mean, let's have fun despite, let's rise above, let's, show what we're made of, kind of thing.
And sure, in a time that we're in the political climate or any sort of cultural climate, it is music that offers escapism. So I feel it's really important to, whether you're hitting flat on it or just giving a nod to it, to address it.
Extremely important. Music is the most important thing. Music's there for us when we need it. Music's there for us when, it never does. And for us, we made a record that is intended for people to listen and to feel like it's part of their life. But at the same time, we needed to write this record for us as well, to get all these things out there and to go through all these emotions. And we started recording the record like a week after Inauguration Day. So it was a weird time. And we were writing the entire record leading up to when the Demon Seed was elected to be president.
So was that planned? Or was it a week after that happened, you're like, we have got to get this down?
No, it was just,
planned?
We knew that we had to write the record all of last year, and we knew when we were going into the studio. And it all just aligned with us being in a very uncomfortable place.
Yeah.
But creatively, it really worked out well.
Very stimulating.
Exactly. A lot to think about, a lot to write about. And it's not all, a lot of it is not necessarily, directed in like down that avenue, but it's still coming from that place. In every
Yeah.
single song, there's a little bit of, listen, I'm writing these lyrics from here, you know, not from just, oh, here's a song, I'm just going to make up some
Yeah.
words, you know. It's very current, and it's definitely very in the moment. And it still is in the moment because it's not getting any better.
The moment's going on and on.
On and on and on.
So what is one of the track from each of you now that you're most, I guess, whether it's excited or apprehensive, just about people hearing?
Well, actually, one of the songs we're going to be playing for you guys in a little while, it's
Oh.
called Pour Two Glasses. Vinnie played me that song. He wrote it on acoustic. He played it for me last summer. Was it last summer that you played it for me?
Yeah, we were in Belgium playing a festival, and I was like, oh, I made this song.
Which
One-
is a lot slower than some of the others, right?
It's the ballad. It's actually the song, you know, we're playing acoustic guitars today. And generally, if this was a Movielife show, there would be people jumping off the stage
Yeah.
into the crowd and moshing and beer spilling everywhere. But it is the ballad on the record.
And it wasn't going to be on the record. It was never meant to be a Movielife song, and I said, "This is a Movielife song, whether you like it or not." Now I was like, "It's got to be on the record."
And Vinnie, how did you
he
react
was
to
gonna
that?
just use it for.
He had a look on his face like he meant business, and I didn't want to cross him. So I said,
We've already broke up once, I don't know.
You can't keep this to yourself. So, yeah, and ever since then, we've kind of worked it out. We didn't really change much when we recorded it. We put some strings. We had somebody come in and we did some orchestration, and
Nice.
it's very bare bones. We thought about percussion and things like that, but we just left it. So that song in particular makes perfect sense in this setting. I'd say my favorite right now, it changes on a week-to-week basis because we had to take a little break from the record this summer because we finished recording in February.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time from then till now to kind of have this thing and listen to it all the time and get sick of yourself.
Yeah.
And
You'll constantly be tweaking it.
exactly, and just regretting
Yeah.
things and like, oh, I should have sung this word or that
Yeah.
note or so. Honestly, the reason I chose at Lake Superior is this other song, Lake Superior, which I think is 6th on the record.
Yeah, I think so.
It's my favorite this week. It means a lot to me. It's about an artist, a singer, who has been there for me so many times in my life without him knowing. And so I wrote a song to him.
Does he know?
He'll never know.
You don't call him out?
I'll never tell.
They don't know each other.
Ah.
I don't know him. He's an idol, and
Okay.
most times I'd prefer not to meet my idols. But if you walked into a bar and I was sitting at the bar, I would have to buy him a drink.
You would say hey. And then pretend
I'd say hey
he is.
and ruin the whole thing. I wrote a song about you.
You want to hear it? I have my guitar.
You would blow it completely.
Yeah, so I'd rather just keep it to myself. And even the name is a nod to him,
Okay, so there is like little hidden Easter eggs and not.
but only he knows.
Don't give.
Okay.
I'm not giving away
Yeah,
anymore.
that's-
Nobody's gonna.
No one's gonna know
Don't get
anymore.
mad at me.
Lake Superior.
So yeah, Lake Superior happens to be another one that we're playing today. That actually is not one of the. Both of these songs we're playing today haven't been heard. Haven't been premiered
Okay.
off the records.
So no, they haven't been released. So this is a premiere.
They're going to be premiered on an acoustic guitar.
Okay, well,
I guess I've played
Exclusive.
Pour Two Glasses at some solo shows and stuff.
Yeah, but Lake Superior has no one's ever heard it, and it's going to debut on an acoustic guitar. So it's
This is
it's
the
gonna
first time ever. But if you
Yeah.
hear it on the record, it might sound slightly different.
Yeah,
It's gonna sound a lot
a lot
different.
different.
Don't expect to hear
I
it
won't
the
be
same.
yelling.
So just really quick, tell me then just a bit about the climate that you're in now music-wise compared to back then between 97 and 2003. Being the band now in 2017, have you had to adapt or change in any way to suit the market?
Social media.
I just have to
exists.
stretch out my back a lot more. Oh wait,
Oh,
we're talking about
playing live. We do have to stretch more before we play.
Lots of yoga,
lots of
meditation
yoga,
before going on
yeah,
stage.
I love to meditate. Yeah,
The shows are the same.
Okay.
Same energy, the same just people enjoying themselves, going nuts, us enjoying ourselves more than ever, because we're just grateful that we keep getting to do this. But yeah, social media exists, which is interesting, if you guys can believe that. When we broke up, I remember signing up for Friendster after we had broken up so that I can find some new band members. That's not true. I just figured, there's this thing.
Now we've got MySpace, so.
Yeah, so we're fine. Huge on MySpace. And in terms of then...
I probably do have a dormant MySpace account
right?
somewhere that I should delete, yes.
Or just make it reborn. Bring it back to life.
There might be some embarrassing pictures on there.
In terms of then social
Nobody
media,
searched it.
Is it like a weird thing for you to have been a band where that didn't really matter and now like it does have a lot of importance, or does it in your opinion?
It does. I mean, I think it is important. It's a good way for, our main objective is to make records and play shows.
Yeah.
Do we need social media to make a record? No. Do we need it to play shows? It helps to promote our shows. So it is important. And we have a good time, it's a good way for us to connect. I know that sounds very cliche, but it's a good way for us to connect with our people and, put the word out and give them vital information like, hey, we're going to be on a corner in New York City if you want to come out. And, it's very sudden, it's very quick. So, it's helpful, and I'm glad it's here for us.
Yeah, it's our main, most direct source of contact with the outer world as far as information for the band. But I don't even think we have a website anymore.
There's a website.
There's a website that has all merch on it.
I don't really go to band websites and stuff.
It's got merch on it?
I'd rather see what they have.
All merch for the Movielife.
Why are we doing that?
Oh yeah, everybody head out.
So go to themovielife.com and buy some t-shirts.
Exactly, please do.
You were saying, right, so social media is important because of your touring and your performances. So you're going on a co-headlining tour very soon. So tell us a bit about that, who you're touring with, and the dates that you're playing.
We're doing September 18th, our U.S. tour starts. We're doing a co-headlining tour with our good friends in the early November. Mm-hmm. After that, we're doing there's a thing called Fest down in Florida that we love to play, and that we're going to play for the first time as the Movielife. We're going to do a little tour down to there with our friends in Iron Chic. And then we're headed out to the UK to do a UK headlining tour in November. And then some holiday shows in December. And then we'll rest. And then what do we got? We're planning
Japan and Australia.
Yeah, Japan, Australia.
January, I guess.
Oh, so you're going to the hot places. I watched an interview with you, Vinny, where you said you don't like touring anytime it's cold.
Don't like sliding around on the road.
Yeah.
So you go to Australia in the winter where it's summer there. You've got it all figured out.
I've been to Australia twice, and it's been March here.
Okay,
and it's been the end of summer there. It's beautiful. Yeah, so it's a good time to go and escape, get out of our winter. Anytime's a good time to get out of New York in the winter.
Yes, agreed. On that really positive note, thank you so much, guys.
As winter's looming.
As winter is coming. Best of luck with the tour, and the album again is September 22nd.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And everyone stick around because they're going to be playing some music for you.
Cool.
As you already know.
All right.
Thank you.
Cheers.